Okay, it's Friday afternoon, about 3:30 p.m. West Coast time on March 7th. The weekend is upon us. I hope it's getting off to a good start for everybody. Please have fun and be safe this weekend because everything is stupid. Let's do a little Daily Hawk. I'm Hawk. I'm your host. Let's do a little daily news cap and rundown. Sam Bankman-Fried, who was recently sentenced to 25 years in prison for fraud, money laundering, conspiracy, and the collapse of his crypto exchange FTX, is ramping up his efforts for a pardon. Gee, I wonder why. Because Donald Trump is going to take all of our tax money and put it into a crypto reserve. So I expect a pardon for Sam Bankman-Fried any day now. So from Trump, which, Donald Trump is set to host the first White House crypto summit today at the White House, Friday. Jesus. I mean, it's going to tap some of crypto's biggest players, including his crypto czar, venture capitalist David Sachs, who is he's just a terrible person. He's a guy who absolutely condemned Donald Trump for January 6th, said it disqualified him from ever holding office ever again, and then became one of his largest donors in 2024. And now is the crypto czar. And so now that Trump is going to, clear the playing field and rig the playing field in crypto for David Sachs' benefit, David Sachs is totally on board with all this shit. It's just a garbage human being. Donald Trump Jr. is seriously considering running for president in 2028 because someone told him that running for president doesn't include drug tests. House Democrats are rejecting the stopgap spending bill proposed by Mike Johnson and said they will not lend their support this time around. They have lent their support the last 3 times around, once for Mike Johnson, twice for Kevin McCarthy, and that's what got Kevin McCarthy bounced from the speakership. Senate Democrats face a choice on a government shutdown. They have typically not been fans of shutting down the government or that kind of brinksmanship, but I'm sure that they have learned over the last several weeks that if they vote with Republicans, their constituents are going to be upset about that. And I think that's a bit of an understatement. Marco Rubio melts down at Elon Musk. There was a closed-door private cabinet meeting, I believe it was yesterday, and Marco Rubio tore into Elon Musk in front of Donald Trump and the whole cabinet, and Elon Musk insulted little Marco, but it's being reported that Donald Trump took little Marco's side in the dispute, and that was the day after he met with his cabinet and said that Elon Musk doesn't have the power to unilaterally fire anybody. Donald Trump has canceled $400 million in grants for Columbia University because of AIPAC. Tell me I'm wrong. Zelensky's approval rating in Ukraine jumped by 10 points after his confrontation a week ago with Fat Nixon Pervert Hoover and J.D. Vance in the Oval Office. So the citizens of Ukraine approve of Vladimir Zelensky and what he did. So choke on it. Here, speaking of Kevin McCarthy, here's a quote from Democrat Sean Casten, member of the House from Illinois. "The single least impressive person I have ever met in this job or any job I have ever had is Kevin McCarthy." He is just a vapid shell of a human being who stands for nothing, who never took his oath seriously. I love that. That's amazing. The Financial Times is reporting that Donald Trump is very confident the Chinese autocrat Xi Jinping will not attack Taiwan during the next 4 years. He just watched you hand Ukraine to Russia, but you're confident that he's not going to go after Taiwan for the next 4 years. Okay. Donald Trump is targeting prominent Democratic law firms in and around D.C. Because they had the temerity to represent Democrats, and they represent people that Donald Trump doesn't like. And it's a shitty thing to do. When you do this kind of governmental work, these attorneys routinely get security clearances. He's yanking all of their security clearances so that they can't do their job in representing their clients. And what's the point of that? Yeah, it's petty vengeance, but it's also communicating to these law firms, you better not represent people like whistleblowers against my administration. You better not be representing anybody who speaks out against my administration, because I will come for your bottom line as a law firm. And he's making it known that you actually don't have the right to counsel in some of these circumstances. And that's because he's a fat, weak, slovenly, corpulent little bitch. Donald Trump's policies have shaken a once solid economy. I saw a clip earlier today from Fox News' Maria Bartiromo, and she was having a discussion with somebody, and they're like, well, yeah, of course we're heading into a recession, but it's going to be Joe Biden's recession. So get ready for that. We're heading into Joe Biden's recession. Trump threatens Russia with large-scale sanctions. This is confusing after the last week. He said that Russia and Ukraine both need to get to the negotiating table before it's too late. Guys, knock it off. Lola. I mean, he tried to hand Ukraine over to Russia. Ukraine and Europe aren't having it. He campaigned made the promise multiple times that he would end that war on day 1. We are now on day 47 of his second term. And now apparently Russia is not too interested in what he's selling either. So they're all making him look like a fool. They're all making him look like a putz, like a schmuck. And little fat Nixon doesn't like that. Israel objected to the secret talks between U.S. and Hamas. It was reported earlier this week that the United States was secretly negotiating with Hamas to get the hostages released. Benjamin Netanyahu didn't like that because he's using the hostages as justification to blow the ever-loving shit out of every single Palestinian anywhere within the state of Israel. And he doesn't want Donald Trump to take that away from him. Donald Trump, speaking of stupid, wants to move the Declaration of Independence into the Oval Office. So he's on kind of a Nick Cage thing right now. The original document is behind heavy glass in an oxygen-free, argon-filled case that can retract into the wall at night for security. Because of light damage to the faded animal skin parchment, the room is kept dimly lit. Restrictions have been placed on how often the doors can even be opened, but Donald Trump wants to put it on his desk. The same desk that Elon Musk's little boy wiped a whole boatload of boogers all over it a couple of weeks ago. President Trump's embrace of Russia is causing Europeans to rethink their security and giving currency to the idea, the United States has long sought to avoid a nuclear-armed Germany. Yeah, let's give nukes to the Germans. I mean, who else are they going to rely on? The French? So many other countries are going to start building up nuclear arsenals right now. It's not even going to be fucking funny. I mean, because he's surrendering to Russia and pissing off all of our allies. You're going to see nuclear weapons proliferation over the next 4 years like you haven't seen over the last 60. It's going to be insane. Lastly, right now, Justice Amy Coney Barrett has ignited anger on the right. The MAGA chuds hate her right now. Even though she voted with the majority to overturn Roe versus Wade, she voted with the majority to throw out affirmative action. She voted with the majority to get rid of the Chevron doctrine. She voted with the majority to give Donald Trump immunity from criminal prosecution. Now they think she's evil, a closet Democrat, and a DEI hire. They're calling Amy Coney Barrett a DEI hire. Why would they do that, you ask? Because she joined Chief Justice John Roberts earlier this week. They joined the three liberals in backing a federal judge's order that requires the administration to begin paying global health groups nearly $2 billion for work those groups have already completed. She told President Trump he has to pay his bills. And now Trump supporters think she's a DEI hire. They are the stupidest fucking people we've ever been saddled with in this nation. They are the dumbest, most gullible morons I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, if you see this on TikTok, please click the link in the link tree in my bio and subscribe to my YouTube page. It's free. If you're seeing this on YouTube, please subscribe to my page. It's still free. Click like, leave something in the comments, you know. And if you like this hoodie, you can get it at hawkmerchstore.com. Do not obey in advance. Resist. Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend.